Astronaut Gus Grissom, the 35-year-old Air Force captain, is inside the capsule waiting. We're told he's still cool and calm, ready and eager to make the flight, 115 miles up and back, to become the free world's second man in space. Peter Hackett, NBC News, Cape Canaveral.
All right, I'd like to see a show of hands. Raise your hand if you have ever dreamed about going to outer space. All right, very nice. Okay, now, raise your hand if you have ever known somebody who has actually been to outer space. All right, well, now you all do. See, back in 1959, Gus Grissom and I, we became two of the luckiest guys on the face of the planet. See, we were picked to be America's first astronauts. I can still hear them calling my name with all the other guys on the team. They said, L. Gordon Cooper Jr. That's me. A couple seats down, it was Virgil I. Grissom. Until then, we were always just Gordo and Gus. There were 7 of us, picked to be on the Project Mercury team, but I always got along with Gus the best. We're both small-town guys. I'm from Oklahoma. He is from right here in Indiana. And of all the guys on that team, he would have been my first choice to fly alongside him. Smart guy, brave too. He was like a living, breathing, problem-solving machine. Couple months before Gus went up in this capsule here, our teammate Alan Shepard became the first American in space. And now, it was Gus's turn. See, he had to prove that Shepard's flight was not a fluke, and he had to do it right here in the Liberty Bell 7. He may have been the second American in space, but there were a couple of important firsts on his flight. See, Gus would be among the first Americans to look out and see space with his own eyes. Unlike Shepard's capsule, Liberty Bell was equipped with a window, and the doors were fastened on with explosive screws so that they could blow off in case of an emergency. So, on July 21st, 1961, after nearly a month of waiting for the right conditions, Gus found himself in this tiny capsule, perched on top of an 83-foot tall, 66,000-pound rocket. I mean, can you imagine? Imagine getting into a rickety elevator, going up 7 stories, stepping into the wind, and then squeezing into this tiny capsule that's perched on top of a missile. You actually strap yourself in while your feet face towards the sky and you wait for countdown. It's like being in a tin can on top of a 4th of July firework. This was dangerous work, yes, but it was necessary if we were ever going to make President John F. Kennedy's dream a reality. Someday, that is.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win.
But if anybody was getting to the moon someday, let alone in just a handful of years, then first things first. See, we had to make sure that we could get a man up into space and then safely back down to Earth, and we had to do it while the whole world was watching us. So that July, all eyes were on Gus, brave pioneer about to step out into the unknown. I gotta say, Gus was not one for the spotlight, neither was I. We both tried to avoid the speech-making process wherever possible. Now, Gus, he was interested in solving the problems. Oh, and of course, in flying. He was a country boy at heart. And a family man, too. He loved his wife, Betty, and their boys. It was difficult to be away from them for long stretches of time, but he loved the work we were doing, too. It was dangerous and thrilling, and most of it had never been done before. We stayed away from the spotlight, yes, but truth is, we were getting 14,000 pieces of fan mail a week from all over the world. People looked at us like we were rock stars.
It's 1 for the money, 2 for the show. 3 to get ready now. Go, cat, go, but don't you step on my blue suede shoe.
Roger, this is Ricky Dallas, the cautious operating.
Well, you can knock me down.
Gus
Step in my face.
soared up to the clouds and he broke out into the sun. I cheered him on from the sky as I was over the cake. He climbed higher, higher, and higher, until quite suddenly and abruptly, everything turned black. And there he was, in space, staring into the unknown. One of the other astronauts on our team, John Glenn, see, he made a bet. He bet Gus that Gus would be able to see stars in space even though it was daytime on Earth. Now Gus, he bet he wouldn't. He didn't think that his eyes were going to adjust fast enough to see anything while he was up there.
There's such a fascinating view out there, you just can't help but look out that way. I understand.
Turns out, Gus could see, but all he could see was Venus. And Venus is a planet, not a star, so John Glenn lost that bet on a technicality. Paid a whole steak dinner on it. But this flight, it wasn't about sightseeing. It was about getting to space and back to Earth, so it was time to turn this whole thing around.
Roger, I'm in re-entry altitude.
It was a pilot's dream. He was flying in space. He repositioned the capsule to prep for the dangerous flight back to Earth's atmosphere.
Roger, I will look out the window now. Well, the sun is coming in, so all I can see really is just darkness. Roger, you want some more time to look if you like.
Very soon, the capsule began its descent back to Earth.
Okay, Jesus doing his bill. Roger. He's in the building. We're up to 6. It's 9. It's about 10. And, about 100 there. I got a little picture guy back down to 7.
And then, for 3 minutes, radio contact was lost. And NASA sat in silence. But 15 minutes and 37 seconds after blast-off, nearly a bull's eye splashed out of the Atlantic Ocean. It was a perfect mission.
7, this is 9 card file. We have your entry in the water. We'll be over you in just about 30 seconds from it.
Now, much to the dismay of NASA's spokesperson, I flew my jet right over the heads of all the newsmen out on Cape Canaveral. I kid you not, I did a big barrel roll to celebrate. Now, Gus told me later on that as he was waiting for the helicopter, he found himself just sitting there in the capsule, minding his business, when all of a sudden, the door blew off unexpectedly, and he saw blue sky and water flooding in. That capsule, it started sinking, and he only had moments to escape. Later, he told me, I have never moved so fast in my life. See, our spacesuits, they were designed to keep us floating. The water started seeping down into his. That suit became an anchor, and it was dragging him under the water. All the waves caused by the helicopter rotors, they got stronger, and Gus took a big swallow of water with each wave that passed over him. Back at Mission Control, everybody was yelling to forget the capsule and get Gus. He was there in the water, waving his arms to the helicopter pilots, but they just waved back at him. They had no idea that he was yelling for help over all the noise. But up in that helicopter, nobody realized that the engine fail lights had started blinking as well. So if they had pulled up Gus, then Gus, the helicopter pilots, and the Liberty Bell 7 would all be lost to the sea. But thank you. The second helicopter rushed in and it pulled up Gus right at the very last moment. Gus Grissom was safe. But the Liberty Bell 7 capsule, its film footage, and all of the valuable information from that flight, well, it all sank to the bottom of the ocean. I remember, though, when I was a little boy, I used to read science fiction comic books, and listen to radio shows like Buck Rogers and Flash Gordon. Now, today, we still read comics, we watch movies and shows now like Star Wars and Star Trek, and the things that the spacemen did in them funny papers all those years ago seemed impossible. But we tried it anyway. That's what I love most about Gus, is he really enjoyed that spirit of adventure and pioneering in the work. And he did it. We did it. We left Earth, we went to the stars, and we came back home. Thank y'all very much. So real quick, I'm going to say hi one more time, reintroduce myself. So, I am Zach, and I'm an actor here at the Children's Museum. Some of you may have figured it out. I am not the real Gordon Cooper, but what you're looking at right here behind me, this is the real Liberty Bell 7 capsule. It's went up to space in 1961, was pulled out of the Atlantic Ocean in 1999 after it was over 15,000 feet under the water. So we are incredibly fortunate to have it right here with us today. Alright, show is all over, so we're going to open the doors up, and if you'd like to take a closer look at the capsule or anything else in the gallery, please feel free. I'm going to hang out right over here by the doors. So, if you have questions or you want to know more about something, please come on over and ask. Alright, have a great day. Thank you so much.